Peace I am. Peace I am.
Three simple words to remind us of the truth of who we are. Peace I am. Unconditional. Eternal.
Peace I am.
We invite you now to quiet your minds. Close your outer eyes if you like. And prepare to go on a musical journey into the heart of God, into the eternal peace.
Peace I am. Peace I am.
As we quiet the mind, we allow the voice of peace, the still small voice of knowing, of awareness, of consciousness, giving thought to the mind of God. Reminding us of our innocence, our oneness, our beauty, our Buddha Christ nature. Beyond conflict, beyond chaos, beyond the matrix, there is peace. Allow the music now to take you on your very own sacred journey into pure awareness. gently melt into the silence. Allow the waterfall and the heartbeat to put you in contact with your sacred spirit animal, to guide you deeper into spirit. Aho. Great Spirit, remind me of the truth of who I am. Aho. now, bring your awareness to this time, this place, this holy now moment. For only right here, right now, in this sacred sanctuary, can we truly experience the peace of God, which is always in the now moment. We come here to remember and to remind each other, peace I am.
Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace I am. Peace I
Thank you, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, Goddess, He, She, They, all that is, I am, Aho, Amen, Amen, and so it is.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to our Center for Spiritual Living here in Prescott. Whether you're here or online, you're welcome just as you are. I'm Tom Kimberly, part of your leadership team. Thank you, Armand and Angelina. That was a wonderful musical meditation. I wonder if you took ego and fear out of our repertoire, would that just leave peace and love? Something to ponder. You should be standing up here where I am, seeing what I'm seeing. Out there, all those happy, joyous, and abundant people. I'm seeing people changing. Congratulations to you and to our center. Sandy, you have a message.
Good morning. So yes, as education director, I'm continuing to build our education program with the classes and workshops. And so once again, this coming Thursday, well, first of all, there's a workshop after today, and I think Tom's going to talk about it, right? And then this coming Thursday, Reverend Kath is going to be doing a hybrid workshop for all of us. So it will be online as well as in the center. And in the middle of your programs is a paper that has the Zoom link on it. And so if you need to pick a paper up afterwards, you can do that. And the Zoom link, of course, will get you into this workshop. And the workshop is going to be on, excuse me, it's twofold. First of all, it will enrich your personal life. And second, it will help us as a congregation to prepare for our new minister. I highly recommend that you attend this workshop in person or online. It is Thursday, March 24th from 6 to 7:30 in the evening. It's called Moving Through Change Together Starts With Me. If you ever wished you could redo the past or make amends or erase things that happened in your life, this workshop is for you. Spirit can help you put things behind you, and Reverend Kath will show you the way. In addition to this, there's a second workshop the following Thursday, 1 week later, on March 31st from 6 to 7:30, also hybrid, and this one will be on conscious communication. It will provide basic keys to communication related to science of mind principles, and an opportunity to practice active communication, even when it's difficult. And please join us for that workshop as well. And we will have more workshops and classes coming up. And in addition, if you're interested in taking more classes than what we're offering, there's also classes that you can find at csl.org that you might be interested in. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Yesterday, your board and practitioners got together for an old story, new story workshop. To move forward in our center, we took a look at our past, how we got to where we are today. Now, today, it is your turn. After service today, Reverend Kath will be conducting a workshop for you to help us transition to our new story. Lunch will be served and the workshop will be in Sibley Hall that will last about 90 minutes. Let's create more happiness, more abundance, and more joy. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Sharon Tice. I'm your practitioner of the day today. And let's begin this service with prayer. After first, I wish you all happy equinox and happy spring. So let us go into prayer. Spirit is around and through all life, from the flora and the fauna to all of us. It is the expression of all that is good, expressing as love, kindness, peace, joy, abundance, and all good things. And as spring arrives, Spirit expresses in the new foliage, in the sprouted flowers and fruits and vegetables. It expresses in the birds that flutter around us, serenading us with their varied voices, with the little eggs that hatch and the peeping of the young. It expresses in the buzzing of the bees. And as Spirit expresses all that is good, we also can express love, kindness, peace, joy, and abundance. So let us rejoice in this season of renewal and give all thanks to Spirit. I know that this is so, and I release my word into the law, knowing that as I do, it is so. And so it is.
Good morning, everybody. Sing this with me. This is a song about us. Where we have come together as a family. Come here as we are, where we have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is
Good morning. And welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Prescott. We are so delighted all of you are here with us today. Those online, those here present, and those who don't even know us yet, but their hearts are tuning in because we have an energy that is shining bright here at this center, and I'm so grateful. The Center for Spiritual Living offers spiritual tools to make our life a better life and to make the world a better place. So what more could we do? And the world is happy to have us sharing that light. And I am so grateful for all of you. You are always welcome here, just as you are, just as you're not, as Reverend Kathleen used to say. We're just here showing up in our authenticity and our consciousness of who we are in this moment. And our licensed practitioners, thank you, Sharon, for being our lead practitioner today. To have Armand and Angelina with us. Oh my gosh, yes. I feel like all of Prescott should be just coming in. They don't know the secret. This is just wonderful to have you with us. Thank you, thank you. And to all our volunteers and to all who come and continue to support this wonderful center. Our practitioners are here for you if you would like to have what we call a 3-minute miracle at the end of the session. If you find someone with a stole, then they would be happy to say a little prayer for you and know what you would like to have more of in your life. And also you can set up a session with a practitioner, and as Sandy said, we love to pray and teach, and she was talking about the different activities and things we have going here. So many things. So we are honored to serve, and I have a special treat for you today because some of our participants and our members have not been able to come, and they're homebound. So I visited a few, and one being Patricia Weiberg, who is a long time Center for Spiritual Living Religious Science person. And so she wanted to send a message to you, and here it is.
Love all of you.
We love you, Patricia, and we are so grateful to see you. You look wonderful.
And when I'm ready, I'll come back to the center, but I'm not quite ready yet. So, but I
Okay.
love everybody there.
Well, we all love you. Thank you so much. And we're sending out our good vibes to Patricia. So if anybody wants her address, I can help you. Her family's been in a transition of move, and she was happy to send a message to us. Also, I saw Jamie Drew, who is a longtime practitioner extraordinaire in this movement, and she sends her love, and so do Carolyn and Bill. All of them are not able to come in person, but they want us to know. And I know there are other people making that choice, but some people can't even get online. So they want to let us know they're still connected, heart to heart. So thank you. And now we'll connect heart to heart if our candle lighters would come up, please. Kay and Sonia, thank you. And we honor all faith traditions and light a candle for some of the main traditions of religions in our world. In this moment, we'll begin our candle lighting ceremony, and I think that I'll come over with Sharon to do it here because we like to be together.
Yes.
The Center for Spiritual Living honors all faith traditions, and we light a candle for the world's religions. It is to acknowledge both our multiplicity and our unity.
We light a candle for Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus, the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within.
We light a candle for Islam, the practice of submitting to the will of God as revealed to his prophets. Peace be upon them who taught that there is one God, creator of the heaven and the earth.
For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which began with the covenant between Abraham and God.
For Buddhism, the middle path that ends suffering and awakens mindfulness and compassion.
For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion.
For Native American traditions and those who walk the Good Red Road, including the people of the sun, better known locally as the Yavapai.
For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace.
For the goddess traditions embracing the divine feminine as mother, maiden, and crone, the wise ones.
And for the science of mind, which is the philosophy of life that teaches that there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it.
And now we'll join together for our affirmation. We are here for God. Our purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything we do. The good we seek for ourselves is what we desire for all people everywhere. And so it is.
This is one we did last week, but it's kind of new. To be humble, to be kind. It is the giving of the peace in your mind. To a friend, to give in such a way that has no end. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are warm. We are how we treat each other, nothing more. To be bold, to be brave. It is the thinking that I don't need to be saved. But the darkness can come quick. The danger in the anger and the holding on to it. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are warm. We are how we treat each other, nothing more. We are love, we are one. We are how we treat each other when the day is done. We are peace, we are warm. We are how we treat each other, nothing more. We are how we treat each other, nothing more. We are how we treat each other, nothing more.
Yes, we are peace, and we are one. So let us now join together as one in meditation during this first day of spring. According to the Buddha, do what is right. Live in your heart. Seek the highest consciousness. Let go of winning and losing. Live in joy, in love, even among those that we do not love. Look within, be still, free from fear and attachment. Know the sweet joy of the way. And so let's spend a few moments meditating upon these words. And when you're ready, open your eyes and rejoin this room that is filled with love and with joy. Namaste.
Armand is an award-winning songwriter and inspirator. What? Ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, and you know this very well, I in my being here and bringing musicians in from around the country, I meet a lot of people. And I'm going to tell you right now from the bottom of my heart, these two are not only great performers, great songwriters, great singers, etc., etc., etc. It's all on the purple paper. But these two are two of my favorite people I've ever met. And the love and understanding and kindness that they not only sing about, but live, is an inspiration to me personally. And I guarantee you that if and when you get to know them better, you will feel the same way I do. I don't mean to get all mushy up in here, but I'm really honored to have these two here with us today. And if you want to take them home with you, well, you can't, but the next best thing is to pick up their CDs, and they have a ton of CDs out there, so make sure you check out that afterwards. But today, we get them live in person. This is Armand and Angelina.
Thank you.
Wonderfully humbling, holy cow.
Oh, my goodness.
We are delighted to be here with you, and we're delighted to be sharing the stage with Jackson and Reverend Kath, who's from Orlando, with us. And when we saw her in the parking lot, I'm looking at her and I'm going, I know her face. Do I know her from here? And so, Divines, it's almost like there's a God. Yeah. So we're delighted to be here. We're going to do a song, and it's a bit in honor of Steven Spielberg, who had the gumption to redo West Side Story. And to me, that's like redoing Sound of Music. You probably don't want to do it. It's already there. But he did. It's a horrible story. It's a tragic story. However, as Eckhart Tolle says, sometimes it can be beneficial for you to see what doesn't work, to remind you of the peace and the truth beneath it. And to me, that movie reminds us of what does not work, okay? We are Maria. We are Tony. We are Ukraine. We are Russia. We are peace. We are war. We are how we treat each other. Nothing more. This is a light in that movie. This is our version of somewhere.
There's a place for us, somewhere, a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere.
There's a place for us, somewhere a place for us, peace and quiet and open air, wait for us somewhere.
There's a time for us, someday a time for us, time together with time to spare, time to learn, time to care.
Someday, somewhere,
Find a new way of living.
we'll find a way of forgiving somewhere. It's only just out of reach, down the block, on the beach. If I can wait. There's a place for us,
Place
somewhere a place
for
for
a time and place
my
for
hand,
us.
and we're halfway there.
Hold my hand and I'll take you there.
Somehow, someday, somewhere.
There's a place somewhere for all of us.
Even me and Jackson?
Even the two of you, yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can you just feel that? That place is here. That time is now. We start right now and knowing it together. So thank you, thank you. And now for this time in our service, it is my honor and privilege to introduce to you, and most of you may know, that Reverend Kath DePalma is our new interim minister to help us in this transition as we find the person that will come to lead us further in who we are. But Catherine, I just wanted to say that Reverend Kath has been, I'm kind of clicking or something, am I? Reverend Kath has been co-director, maybe I need to hold it down, with her husband for 25 years in Orlando, which is where she knows you guys from. That's amazing. That's an invitation to go to Orlando. However, Kath will not be there because Reverend Kath is on a new mission these last 3 or 4 years to help centers in their transition. So how blessed are we to have her with us here? I mean, I feel like she was very much divinely planted into this center and to be our leader. And the workshop today and the other workshops will be most great. She's written a couple of books, and one of them is the I Can Do This Thing Called Life, and so can you. And it's available in our bookstore out front. So you may purchase one of those there. And I just could say that she's already a facilitator, a leader, an inspirational speaker, and a person who is here to lift and to walk in companioning with others. Not above, not below, but we walk together and we create this world that we want to see, and it's beautiful. And so without further ado, I will introduce Reverend Kath to come and join me.
Thank you.
And I did forget on the little paper that's in the back of your seats, if you want to ask for prayer with the practitioners, we'll be praying for a week on whatever you want. And I think that's important. You might want to have something in your heart. So thank you for letting me commercial that.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's so good to be here. And I feel so emotionally choked up after that song. You know, there really is a God, isn't there? Because my husband and I just watched West Side Story again after the new one, and I got so emotionally involved in the music that I demonstrated Armand and Angelina here today. And there was no plan by me or them for this, so I was very surprised too. I mean, the universe has a sense of humor, and it is very playful, and you know, they are just such a great team, and yes, we've played together many times before, and you will want to take them home. In whatever form you can take them home. So what makes something play? You know, that's the question. Today we're talking about, you know, sacred play. You know, why is being playful so important to us? And what makes something work to one person and play to another? You know, it really all depends on the player, doesn't it? You know, if someone is in the right head and heart space, then everything they do is play. And if someone is not in the right head and heart space, then everything they do is work or drudgery or, you know, whatever you want to call it. So, but those that really are in that place, their heart is in it, and they just play wherever they can. And it's not that they never have anything go wrong. That is not true for any of us. We all have stuff going on. If you're breathing and alive, you're going to have things happen, right? That's just the nature of life. There's change, there's things happening. We make mistakes, you know, on and on. But these kinds of people, they just handle things with a grace and an ease that others are just, you know, yearning to be like, you know, like they are. So no matter what's going on, they're more playful. And I have such a character friend in my life, Fred, for my example. Fred is institutionalized. He's a beautiful example of someone who exudes just love and inspiration. And he's imprisoned. He's in prison. He served his sentence for, I guess, maybe over 20 years ago. He came into my life for possession of drugs. And then he was, the minute that was done, he had to serve another sentence, a civil sentence. So he's in a civil commitment center right now. But we have been writing for all those years. I have to honestly say that when my plate was full at some points, I tried to give him away to a practitioner. Well, that didn't last very long, and he ended up back with me. And but he just, he just has been a delight. And I have an example of something he sent me at the beginning of the month. He's got a smiley face on there. Not all of the words are spelled right. Hello, Kath and John. I love you both, and I pray for world peace with so much war going on in the world. I am taking good care of myself here. I write you you both with a big smile on my face and joy in my heart, smiley face. Keep it being a blessing to the people you meet, and I will do the same here. Please send 2 books of stamps. Love, Fred. We have yay, Fred. We have a deal, that we have a deal. I send him stamps, and I remember him at his birthday in June and at Christmas. So that's our deal. He doesn't have to ask anymore. But he has studied the science of mind, whatever we have sent him, and then he kind of, in his own way, he kind of, brings it back, and he has gone back to church and has found a way to, combine, traditional with science of mind. He's done that on his own, and he's been quite an inspiration. And, you would think someone like that would have every reason to be depressed or frustrated or give up. And this is just not the case. He has made peace with where he is, and he shares that goodness with all around him. He says he shared my book, with those around him, and he just is really a blessing. And today, I thank God every time I get something in the mail from him, because I know it's just going to be pure love. And if the truth be known, sometimes I am not in a place to receive all that love. I have to wait a day or so till I'm in the right place, because it's just like a blast that's coming at me. So I do thank God that he is spirit itself with this message of inspiration and appreciation of me. And what a gift he has been. He's a true player. He's a true player. Now, I wasn't so playful these past holidays. I've had a little bit more trouble because my mother-in-law was on her way out, and she would have been 98 in May. A really tremendous woman. I included, once I got the idea, to include the kind of family that I wanted to attract when I was attracting my husband. I demonstrated a magnificent family. John has a wonderful family, and she has been a wonderful mother to me all these 31 years. So it was really hard for us to know that she was on her way out. She wanted to go so bad, and she just couldn't make it happen. Well, then in January, she had a big fall that, laid her up. She was for sure bedridden for the rest of her life. But she still kept hanging on, and we were like just dying. I mean, I know this was not easy for her, of course. It was not easy watching. It's not easy watching loved ones go through things like this. So we were just, trying to make the most of it, but knowing that we were going to get the call, get a call. So one morning, I was reading one of my most favorite teachers, Emma Curtis Hopkins. I know some of you are familiar with her work. She was a famous New Thought teacher of the early 1900s. She was actually even a teacher of Ernest Holmes. And she's known as the teacher of teachers. And I ran across this paragraph that basically said, instead of, being, on, say, negative terms with your neighbor, or criticizing or judging someone that you're working with, instead of doing those things, or instead of feeling sorry for someone, see their free soul self. See their free soul self. Now, I had been doing my work regarding her, but those words clicked for me in a way that nothing else did. Seeing her free soul self. So I was just immediately struck, and I knew exactly what I needed to do. I needed to find a happy picture of her. So I, put out a text to the family, and I said, I need happy pictures. And I knew that I wasn't the only one that needed happy pictures. So this day turned into like a circulation of pictures. And by the end of the day, my sister-in-law had a Google Drive with this big collection. And we were oohing and awing at this magnificence of this woman's life. She was a sergeant in the Air Force in World War II, and she raised 4 beautiful children, and on and on. And so we were just, we were grieving as we were doing it, but we were happy. We were happy for her. We were just, seeing what was really there. And do you know that within a few days, she was gone. She was gone. All this time we thought it was her. We were like, what is she doing? She's like, saying one thing, but she's doing something else somewhere else. and so we thought, or I thought, I don't know what everybody else was thinking, but I thought, oh my gosh, maybe she was waiting for us to get it right. We were supposed to get into alignment with this idea of celebrating her life and really being happy for her and, knowing it was done. And then it happened. What if we could do that for, the world? Is see everyone for their free soul self, not their limited human side or self, but their free soul self. What could that do for the world? When we want to go to those places, what could we do to really turn things around? The world is our oyster here. There's a lot. There's a lot here. The famous poet Ralph Waldo Emerson, who I also love, wrote, "The earth laughs in flowers." Isn't that gorgeous? The earth laughs in flowers. And the cherry blossoms are just starting to bloom in Seattle, and things are popping here right where you are. Spring is just ready to just burst. The earth laughs in flowers. Oh my gosh, we'll never look at flowers the same way again, will we? So I have one more story, and that is about John and myself when we had our center in Orlando. So we were driving, we would always drive together when we could to any, like on Sunday mornings, or, if we had classes or meetings rather. Most of the time we didn't have classes together because one of us would be doing it and the other one wouldn't. Anyway, he would drive and I would treat. And for those of you who know what treatment is, if you're new, it's a formalized prayer that we do here. You'll find out more if you stick around. And this particular time, I asked him what he wanted, and he responded with something that I had not heard him say before. And he said, "I just want happy people." And I looked at him very quizzically, and I said, "That's it?" And then I caught myself saying, "That's all you want?" I was trying to complicate things. Happy people. Well, do you know our meeting was a fabulous success? This happy treatment, treatment for happy people, caused us to see how happy our people really were. And it became the only treatment that we actually ever did. I really wished we would have discovered that years earlier. But it can be that easy. It can be that easy. Happy people. Wow, what a treatment. Now, I know being happy or playful isn't always easy. Like I said in my example, there are serious things happening in the world. There's serious things happening in our own lives. But it's a little bit like when the Dalai Lama was asked, how can you live in luxury when you have people outside your doors that are starving? How can you feel good about that? And he said, it is for that very reason that I must live this way. I must live this way. What could, if he was in their shape, what could he offer them? What could he offer them in the way of spiritual inspiration? He could not. You know, the same is true with us. You know, we have to give the world something else than what they have. You know, wars and, you know, fights and aggression and illness, all of those things are going to happen, especially because we have so many different levels of maturity, levels of consciousness, you know, going on at the same time. It's really a miracle that we even get along as well as we do, right? So with all of that going on, it is essential that we take care of ourselves, and being happy is one of the most important things that we can do for ourselves. Compassionate, of course, and caring for each other, yes. And lighthearted about how we lived and focused on being happy, a must, an absolute must. Emerson also writes, "The infinite lies stretched in smiling repose." And I always come back to that one when I'm having a problem with something that I'm seeing. And I go, well, wait a minute. The infinite lies stretched in smiling repose. How can the infinite lie stretched in smiling repose? How can the infinite do that with all this going on? Well, it can because it knows who we are as eternal beings. It knows that we are evolving. It knows that all of this can only lead to good. It knows that everything serves. It knows where all of this is going. So, of course, it can lie stretched in smiling repose. So, while my work doesn't seem like play to many, the kind of work that I do is play to me. I think life is the best game in town. It really is the best game in town. Once you remember that you are something more than you appear to be, and you get the sort of the lay of the land, you get to know what the law, how the spiritual laws work. Once you get to know that, it just keeps getting better and better and better. Are you up for that? Yes. Yay! Give yourselves a hand for that. So I'm going to invite you this week to do something, this day, do something a little bit more playful, and then just invite the idea that, you know, to be more lighthearted, to be more playful with others and, you know, with yourself, because the universe is waiting for us to play. So let's know this together. Let's just take a moment, take a breath, let all of this just sink in a little bit. We hear that water in the background, and we just know that there is just perfection everywhere, even when we can't see it. That we are immersed in this power and this presence that knows all, and that is smiling. It is pure and perfect love. It knows it is truth. And we are one with that. We are in alignment with that truth. We were created out of that magnificence, and we are perfect, beautiful, creative, playful expressions of the infinite. It is a good thing. We were divinely designed to play and to have fun and to enjoy more and more life as we go along. And so our hearts and minds are open and receptive today to all that is here for us. We are so grateful and we appreciate the magnificence of life that is coming through us, that is showing up all around us. We are grateful for each other, for this beautiful community, for being here now, knowing what we do, and just loving and accepting ourselves for who we are and who we came here to be. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, God. I release this treatment into the law. All is well, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
In our imaginations, we see that love washing over the entire planet. There isn't an ant, a person, a rock, or any animal that is left untouched by that love. And we know it so deeply that we honor and delight in it. And thank you, Reverend Kath, for, I knew I might do that, for being here today and your wonderful, wonderful message. And I feel like I have a new friend, not just Kath, but John and Fred and your mother-in-law. And you just open up the whole world to us, and thank you. Beautiful message. And we do feel like playing here, don't we? And everybody knows that I can make a little mistake and we can all just laugh about it, and that's good. You may sit for a moment if you like. And let's see. Donations, right. Okay, good. We don't want to forget that, because this center is very grateful for all that you give here and for all that helps us keep the lights on and the life happening and the fun flowing. So that is very, very good. And you can give several ways. Online, you can give by texting. There's the box out front. We're not passing a basket anymore. So those are all great ways, and we can affirm this together. And if you'd like, take your gift into your heart or take your hand and know that you're giving your consciousness. You're giving so big to this world and to the center. And so we're doing it together. Divine love in and through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, life. And so it is. And now we get to hear Armand and Angelina again, so thank you, thank you.
Yay.
Yay.
What a perfect day. You know, I'm realizing more and more after Reverend Cass's fabulous message that everything always works out the way it's supposed to, just like a rom-com. If we have any rom-com fans, I'll give you a little speech from my hero, Ted Lasso. I believe in communism, rom-communism. Because when we're in a dark forest, that's the middle. And the light will come out. We will get to that end. And so we're going to sing a song here today that was, it was inspired by a lady that told me while I was up on a New Thought tour of New Jersey. And I'm Italian, so I felt like I fit right in. Hey, let's have a little fun. How do you say refrigerator in Italian? Ice box, eh? So I'm Italian, Angelina's Ukrainian. Her grandmother was 1 year old in 1919 when she came here because there was a conflict over there between Russia. And so here we are again. So what the lady said to me when something didn't happen the way I wanted it to in New Jersey. Oh, let's teach a Ukrainian song, a Ukrainian word, our favorite Ukrainian word, grashki. Say that with me, grashki. So if you ever get locked out of your house, hopefully you have a grashki. Boom. We're playing, I know. So here's the story. Something didn't work out for me in New Jersey, and the lady said to me, who was also a New Thought singer-songwriter named Spring, she said, there's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. And I said, boy, do I need to say that, because that wipes out disappointment. The minute you know it's pointing you in another direction. And so I really got that even more today, that when you were speaking, that life doesn't reject us. It sometimes rejects our plan for divine plan. And so that's not really a rejection of who we are, that's just a rejection of a small part of who we are. So I started saying it, there's no such thing as rejection, it's God pointing us in another direction. And then I started singing it. There's no such thing as rejection, it's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. I just written a pirate song. So Bob is going to sign our pirate song, even though he's never heard it, and I can't wait to see what he does during the na, 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 na. You ready? All right, let's sing this, honey. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Oi! Na, 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. On the day that I was born and slapped upon my cheeks, you'd think that I would ascertain the world is rather bleak. But I heard a voice of wisdom and in my ear would ring, don't think the world is against you, there's no such thing. Don't think the world is against you, there's no such thing. Your turn. Na, 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na, 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 na. At an early age, I knew true love would be my quest. Though many trials and tribulations put me through the test, there were a dozen lovely maidens, much heartache they would bring. I thought the world was against me, but there's no such thing. I thought the world was against me, but there's no such thing. Your turn. Na, 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 na. There's no such thing as rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. It's never rejection. It's God pointing us in another direction. Na 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 na. I'm moving through my renaissance into my middle ages, becoming fully realized. I trust my inner sages. My quest is done, I found my bride. This holy grail I bring. The world was never against us. There's no such thing. The world was never against us, 'cause there's no such thing. Oi! Na 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 Thank you, my lords and ladies.
Oh, wow. You never cease to amaze us. Thank you very much. And this is the time in our service to invite anyone who's new here to the center, a visitor who might be willing to stand up and say your name and where you're from. And if there's no one new, that's okay. Nobody can make you stand up, please. Yay! Welcome. Welcome. Barry and I didn't hear Gayla. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Welcome. We're so happy you're here. Someone will have a packet to give you of information. Here is Claire. Tanya, welcome. We're so glad to have you with us. Anyone else? And now is a very favorite time, too, in our service where we invite the children in. So let's hear it for the kiddos. Wow, we're so glad you're here with us today. Do you have something to teach us or tell us? Seamus does. He wants to start. Okay. Yes.
So we have a couple of sleep facts. So number 1, you grow your brain and body during sleep. Number 2, screens and
Say that again because I missed part of it.
you grow your brain and body during sleep. Number 2, screens and lights make your brain think it's day, so it's gonna be harder to sleep. Number 3, sleep helps your memory, and it helps you figure out everything that goes on in your life. 4, not getting enough sleep can make you grumpy. 5, good sleep can keep you from getting sick. And number 6, rest can let you connect with God. Eva.
Eva, we're so glad you're with us today.
5.
Wow. She's a wise 5. Thank you for being with us today. Anything else to share?
I think that's it.
Okay.
R&R today.
Oh, well, let's all stand. Oh, wait a minute. I looked at him and I knew Bob can talk. I just want you to know.
I rarely get a chance, but this week I've been thinking about role models. And my role model is here in the center. And I don't think he knows who he is. But to me, he is my epitome of joy, which is something we were taught to celebrate. So today, I want to celebrate our very own kid minister, my example of joy, Seamus. Today is Seamus' birthday, and he is 12. And to me, he is more than joy. In Science of Mind principles, with more joy, enthusiasm, and excitement as Seamus. And I challenge you to check out some of the old videos of how he explains these truths. I tell you, no one else does it more excitingly than he does. So after service today, join us both for food, but also for cake in honor of Seamus.
So happy birthday, Seamus. We're going to be showering you with birthday wishes all day long. Well, can you receive that? Yeah. I knew you might be able to do that. Okay, well, now is time for us to stand and take a hand, and we have our concluding message to the world. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is happening through my mind, my body, and my affairs. I think it, I believe it, I feel it, I know it, I accept it. Thank you, life.